What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. We got some breaking news here. It's pretty wild that we are going back to the Ridge, which is where we go whenever there's some meaty Last of Us news to talk about. But this is like the third time we're here in 3 weeks, and an absolute bomb just dropped on, what's today's date even? Thursday, December 14th, within the past hour. Naughty Dog has come out and confirmed that The Last of Us Online is officially scrapped. It is gone, it is done, dusted, never coming out. Shocking. Initially shocking, but I guess when you come here and think about it, maybe it's not that shocking. On the video I made back on like November 19th or 20th or whenever that was, pardon me, I'm sick, but I wanted to come down here and make a video about this because it's very shocking news. But whenever they announced the no return mode on that Friday back in like middle November, I speculated towards the end of that video, are we going to actually ever see the standalone version of The Last of Us Online? I thought it was weird that they didn't announce no return on The Last of Us Day on September 26th when they were very, very thin with the news on that big special day. And something like no return, Lost Levels, The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered, wouldn't that be something that you would want to release and talk about on your big day that happens once a year? So I speculated then that it seemed weird that there was nothing, that this news came out on a random Friday in November. Why didn't you talk about it on The Last of Us Day? Why hasn't there been any updates on The Last of Us Online? There was that big rumor some months ago, 3-4 months ago, whenever it was, that it was on ice. And now that's looking like that had a little bit more truth to it than maybe we believed at the time. Because now it's officially done. And I'm just going to read this here from Naughty Dog. This is off their site, naughtydog.com. In ramping up to full production, the massive scope of our ambition became clear. To release and support The Last of Us Online, we'd have to put all our studio resources behind supporting post-launch content for years to come, severely impacting development on future single-player games. So, we had two paths in front of us: become a solely live service game studio or continue to focus on single-player narrative games that have defined Naughty Dog's heritage. We are immensely proud, excuse me, we are immensely proud of everyone at the studio that touched this project, etc., etc. But that's the main reason, I guess, is that they had an idea that was so big that all of their resources in the studio would have been fully dedicated to supporting this online game. And if that's true, then I understand their decision to scrap it and not do it, because Naughty Dog is a single-player narrative developer, right? And that's what we love them for. That's what we know them for. So if it was between making future single-player games or dedicating all of their resources to The Last of Us Online, I get their decision. My question would be is how much did they underestimate the scope of what they were trying to accomplish whenever they set out on that journey? Did they not think that that was going to be the case? And at what point, I mean, I guess they must have been pretty far along before they fully understood that this wasn't going to be something that could happen. I don't know. I mean, I get it. They want to make something that's big and great and grand, and when it comes down to it, something simple as factions is what, got people to love the online mode in the first place. Why couldn't they have just done something a little bit more simpler, maybe, and had a dedicated team to just support that? Why did they have to make it so grand? But that's the world we live in now in video games, especially when there's a big name on it like Naughty Dog. I don't know. Those are all my questions I would have, is why not just temper it down a little bit? Lower the scale of this a little bit. Why can't there be like a happy medium? Why do we have to have one and not the other? Why can't we just have both? Again, this is just initial gut reaction type of stuff. Why did it have to be so big to where it had to be one thing or the other? I don't know. It's disappointing. I was hoping that this was something that they were going to eventually integrate on The Last of Us Part 2 Remaster. That way you had everything there, no return, Lost Levels, the brand new visually graphic stunning game, and then also the factions. But doesn't look like that's going to happen. That way now we have closure at least. It's never going to happen. It is what it is. I mean, would have been fun, but at the same time, it's not what Naughty Dog's known for. They're going to go on and make awesome single-player games, so Yeah, disappointing though nonetheless. I'm sure, because I'm sure it would have been fun. Would have been a good time. But all right, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Sorry for my voice, battling flu right now. But wanted to get this video out here. Just initial reactions, disappointing, but at the same time, I guess when you really think about it, not that shocking. So, all right, let me know what you guys think in the comments. I will see you soon.